She says here everyone smokes marijuana on regular basis. I don't really know about that. I've seen many places in California. Maybe I was not hanging in the right places. She says, including my husband. He claims it is permissible and he smokes it regularly. Please explain in detail the terrible effects of marijuana and why a Muslim should never smoke it in order for me to convince my husband to stop it. I was speaking about a lighter substance, which was the qat, in the beginning of the program. This is way worse than that. This because marijuana or weed or hashish or different names, of course, I'm pretty sure that many of you know the different names of the marijuana, is a narcotic plant, is categorized as narcotic plant, and it causes addiction, okay, and it has a long list of side effects, including dependence. Long list of side effects. Amongst its side effects, that it decreases the area of prohibitions or restrictions in the mind of the person who is in a condition where you can say he's high. He doesn't really care, so he can do everything. For him, everything almost is lawful and permissible. Those who drive while under the influence of these narcotics or any intoxicant, they may kill themselves or kill others. And the effect of the marijuana remains in the urine of a person who smokes marijuana regularly, even if he seizes and if he stops and he withdraws for weeks. Can you imagine? For weeks. It can make the person indulges into illicit relationship, sexual activities, including what you cannot even imagine. Why? Because the person is not himself, is not being himself. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants the person to be aware of what's going on, wants the person to be sane, not insane, to be absent, not absent-minded. That's why the prayer is distributed all over the day on different intervals, where the person would stay in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 times a day. Early morning, once he wakes up, Allah would awaken him at a time where everybody is asleep. Get up because you have to pray to me. Okay, sign in. Then at noon, while he's in the middle of his work and job, in the afternoon and at sunset, and the last thing that the person would do before going to bed is to pray as well. And that's why in one of the different stages of prohibiting alcohol, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who believe, لا تقربوا الصلاة وأنتم سكارى حتى تعلموا ما تقولون. O you who believe, don't you go near the prayer, don't you pray while you are intoxicated under the effect of the alcohol or intoxicants, so that you will be aware of what you're saying. A person who is absent-minded, who is intoxicated, instead of saying, oh Allah forgive me, he may say the opposite. Instead of saying, oh Allah take me to heaven, he may say take him to hell, because he's absent-minded, he doesn't know what he's doing. The first leading cause of death in America is drinking and driving, and also under the influence of these substances, marijuana and otherwise. So in addition to being prohibited by law, it's also prohibited by the Sharia. Sharia prohibits everything that is harmful. لا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة لا تقتلوا أنفسكم إن الله كان بكم رحيما. Do not throw yourselves into harm's way by your own hands. Don't you kill yourselves, don't you harm yourselves. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran. Furthermore, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا ضرر ولا ضرار. There should not be any harm. Harm should not be inflicted nor reciprocated. وَكُلُّ مُسْكِرٍ حَرَامٍ. Every intoxicant is prohibited, as the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said. By the way, it is something that you can get rid of, easier of course than other narcotic substances such as morphine or heroin and other narcotics. So try to get rid of it and straighten yourselves and stay awake. Live the remaining time of your life in worship. Show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting you this ni'mah, the aql, the awareness, and ponder on what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with in order to be grateful.